Hydrogen power plant. What is hydrogen power plant? A hydrogen power plant is a concept designed for a new, widespread source of electricity. Essentially, it is a facility which uses hydrogen to produce electrical energy. Working principle. Large tank of liquid hydrogen will feed into the thousands of hydrogen fuel cells. These fuel cells are solid structure containing an electrolyte fluid and two terminal, much like batteries. The reactant flow into the cells, in this case hydrogen and oxygen, they intermingle with the electrolyte to produce an electrical charge and the water as by a product. The water flows out another port while the electricity is siphoned out the terminals and held in the gigantic multi-ton batteries. The electricity resides in the batteries until it is needed, in which case it is sent out through the local power grid just like any other type of power plant. Battery parts and function. Electrolyte is a chemical compound that conducts electricity by charging into the ion when melted or dissolved into a solution. It can be a liquid or a paste-like substance. Anode is a negative or reducing electrode that releases electrons to the external circuit or oxidized during the electrochemical reaction. Cathode is the positive or oxidizing electrode that acquires electrons from the external circuit and is reduced during the electrochemical reaction.
So, ayan nakita na ninyo ang schematic diagram ng isang baterya. And then, as you can see, there are three vital parts. Interlinks one another to another. So, yung anode tapos yung cathode ay nakasubmerge sa electrolyte solution. At kung mapapansin ninyo, sa gitna, iyan yung permeable barrier. Ano nga bang ginagawa ng isang permeable barrier na yan? Ito ay nagpe-prevent ng electron within the anode to go directly to the cathode. At doon nga, nag-work ang isang baterya. Kung mapapansin ninyo, ang nasa bandang kaliwa, which is the anode, and electrolyte forms a chemical reaction in such a way to produces an excess of electrons, making this side negative. At para nga sa kalaman nating lahat, if there are too many excess of electrons, it can keep will moving, transferring from one atom to another random. At the same time, it will repel one another. So, ang kalalabasan niyan, of those excess of electrons will try to look for a place where there are fewer electrons. Okay na tayo doon. So, dito naman tayo sa isang side, which is the cathode. So, the cathode and electrolyte ay nagperform din ng chemical reactions. Pero, ang substances niya ay readily accepts the electron, making that sides positive. So, kapag kinonekta nga yung dalawa na iyan, sa pagitan nga ng electron flow, the excess of electron on the side of anode will travel towards the cathode. On that particular cycle, it can repeat on its own. Paano nga ba na-construct ang isang baterya? Ang isang baterya pala ay na-construct dahil sa three components, which is the anode, cathode, and electrolyte. And then, paano nga ba ito gumagana? Nakikita nyo naman sa ating PPT, and then na-explain ko na rin naman ito while ago. So, dito naman tayo sa chemical reaction in zinc-carbon battery. Para sa kaalaman natin lahat, na we have a different types of battery. At syempre, iba-iba din ang chemical reactions nun. And then, nakikita ninyo naman sa ating PPT kung paano siya i-represent.
Hydrogen fuel cell working principle. Fuel cells works like batteries, but they do not run down or need charging. They produce electricity and heat as long as fuel is supplied. A fuel cell consists of two electrodes, a negative electrode or anode and a positive electrode or cathode, sandwiched around electrolyte. A fuel such as hydrogen is fed to anode and air is fed to the cathode. In a hydrogen fuel cell, a catalyst at the anode separates hydrogen molecules into protons and electrons, which take different paths to the cathode. The electrons go through an external circuit, creating a flow of electricity. The protons migrate through the electrolyte to the cathode, where they unite with oxygen and the electrons to produce water and heat. So, in summary, this is how a fuel cells work. So, makikita natin sa diagram how fuel cell works. Fuel cell is work similar to a battery. So, first, yung hydrogen is being supplied on the anode side, while the oxygen naman is supplied on the cathode side. Next is pag yung hydrogen atoms ay nag-react dun sa platinum catalyst, it will be separated into protons and electrons. At yung dalawang particles na ito is heading towards the cathode, but in the portion of polymer electrolyte membrane, also called proton exchange member or PEM, it blocks the electrons and only allows proton to pass into it. So, yung electrons is forced to travel through a connecting wire from anode to cathode, and it creates a electric current. So last, on the cathode side, the proton that pass through the portion of polymer electrolyte membrane and the electron that passes on the wire, it unites on the cathode side. And with the aid of platinum catalyst, it is being combined with the atomic molecules of oxygen and producing the byproduct water vapor.
So ayun, dadako naman tayo dito sa topic na to. Why it hasn't gone mainstream. So, kaya tatalakayin natin to kasi hindi pa siya masyado implemented sa buong mundo dahil medyo may mga conflict pa siya. And sa ngayon is under processing naman na siya. So first one is hydrogen production through methane. About 95% of the hydrogen used today is produced by a process called steam reforming, separating hydrogen atom from carbon atom in methane. This process is expensive and it releases greenhouse gases. So sabi daw dito is yung hydrogen production through methane is nakapag-cause siya ng greenhouse gases na nagko-contribute para mas tumaas yung global warming natin. Kasi 'di ba, masyado ng issue sa atin yung global warming. Tapos dadagdagan pa na pagka nag-implement ka ng hydrogen power plant. So hindi siya masyadong So pangalawa is hydrogen production through water. The other production method is electrolysis, which separates hydrogen from the water. The downside is that it's expensive. For hydrogen to reach its full potential as the energy source, scientists need to figure out a way to produce it inexpensively from clean, renewable sources. So ayun, nandun na yung pinaka-reason dito sa hydrogen production through water na masyado siyang mahal. So, pero ngayon, sabi daw dito ng mga scientists is ginagawa nila ng paraan para mas pababain yung halaga nito para mas magamit din natin. Pero sa ngayon hindi pa siya masyadong kasi sobrang mahal nga nito pagka ginamitan mo ng ng production through water. So third is the cost of fuels can be high given the use of platinum as one of the largest component material. However, there is work underway to find down non-platinum catalysis approaches. So alam naman natin na ang platinum is isa sa pinakamahal, mas mahal pa siya sa gold. So, yun din yung bakit hindi mainstream yung hydrogen power plant. So, next one is hydrogen storage. Scientists are still struggling with the challenge of how to store hydrogen because, because it has such a low energy density. Hydrogen needs to be kept under strong compression to be a viable fuel source, necessitating strong tanks and heavy-duty fuel lines, as there is currently no mainstream system of storage and distribution of hydrogen fuel. This is the major practical disadvantage. So, ayun nga, dito medyo nagkaka-conflict sila sa pag-store kasi sabi dito, medyo low energy density. Yung hydrogen needs kasi kailangan mas larger yung yung pag-iimbak nila ng mga fuel source para maging productive yung nila. So last one is hydrogen leak. Hydrogen leakage can occur during many steps of its production and use. Science magazine reported in June 2003 that hydrogen leakage from widespread use of hydrogen fuel would gobble up ozone layer faster than CFC. So, dito is yung CFC is carbon fluoride. Yun.
So, in this topic, we will discuss the latest development of hydrogen energy. And number one is the Long Reach Energy Generation Project. So this is the latest development in 2021, but now it is 2024, and we discuss if it's going to be complete this project. So basahin po muna natin. Sabi dito, touted as first of its kind power plant in the United States, the Long Reach Energy Generation Project, 485 megawatts facility being equipped to run a mix to natural gas and carbon-free hydrogen is nearing completion at the site of former aluminum smelter on the banks of the Ohio River. So, sinasabi dito na ang Long Reach Energy Project is naglalaman siya ng 485 megawatts facility sa Ohio, Ohio, America. So 5% of its hydrogen is a contributory factor of 485 megawatts facility. And from its standpoint, we can say that this project itong project na ito, when it comes sa mga green hydrogen, is it's prototyping or trial stage. But now, trial stage in year 2021, but now it is complete. But now it's complete. So, said that Long Reach is terminal going green. Yes, Long Reach Energy is terminal's transition to zero carbon hydrogen power plant in collaboration with New Fortress Energy and Long Reach intends to begin providing carbon-free power to customers as early as next year by blending hydrogen gas streams and transitions to plant capable of burning 100% green hydrogen over the next decade. So dito na-complete na nila or naging matagumpay na yung Long Reach Energy Generation Project. So next naman natin yung Siemens Energy. So basahin po natin latest development ng Siemens Energy noong 2021. So hindi na to latest, pero in 2021. Construction begins the world's largest hydrogen power plant, part of unique base load solar project. Siemens Energy will operate the unique 170 million euro facilities in remote part of French Guiana, which will provide 110 megawatts of power during the day and 3 megawatts at night. So, dito sinasabi na nagumastos sila ng 170 million na euro para sa facility and sa French Guiana, so which will nagpo-provide ng 10 megawatts power pag umaga at 3 megawatts na power naman sa gabi. So this power plant actually offers a very little capacity when it comes to fuel cell, sabi dito. Or dito, napakaliit lang ng capacity na in-offer nila when it comes to fuel cell. So, the hydrogen fuel cell here is rated at 3 megawatts only. So, yun nga, 3 megawatts only. So, ang majority ng power plant output na nanggagaling sa mga solar panel, which is 55 megawatts and 20 megawatts naman na naka-reserve sa capacity. Yun ay ang set of batteries. So, sabi doon, noong 2021, from its standpoint, sinasabi doon na yung project ng Siemens Energy, Hydrogen Energy, is still on trial stage when it comes to using a hydrogen energy. So, it fails to conclude the developers and researchers hydrogen power plant still have a lot of works to be done in order to propel this type of power plant to its peak performance. So, sinasabi dito na noong 2021, na hindi pa to ganong complete. So, hindi pa siya pasado sa mga researchers and developers. Pero ngayong 2023, 2024, so, sabi dito na ng Siemens Energy is currently working on hydrogen energy according to a recent article by Power Magazine. Sabi dito, Siemens Energy and NG has a complete world first operation test as a gas turbine fueled with 100% renewable hydrogen. So, sinasabi dito na complete na daw yung Siemens Energy na kanilang hydrogen energy. So, Siemens Energy is also offering an electrolyzer, a large-scale hydrogen solution, sustainable energy. Green hydrogen is a versatile energy currently applied to decarbonize a wide range of sectors. It can be directly in the forms of derivatives like methanol and ammonia or fuels to replace fossil fuels, coals, or gas. So, sinasabi dito na Siemens Energy ay nag-complete na nila or pasado na dito yung hydrogen energy na kanilang tinedevelop o kanilang project. Yun naman po. Thank you for watching.